Realizing right here what we're actually witnessing. Because heaven will show you things happening before I actually do it. It's like declaring my handiwork, like before Jesus was born. The star of Bethlehem, it was actually Halley's Comet. Halley's Comet came when I was born. It was actually a year before I was born it came, 84. George Orwell's 84 is related to this. The lady that made the Matrix movie, she was talking about like this stuff I'd have to deal with, as they started doing the machines and all that at the same time. She was realizing I have to go against that and all that, like Skynet and all that, like the locust of the bottomless pit is what I would call it, and all this negative stuff with her. This political, yeah. I had dreams of going against the Terminator stuff, man. This stuff's pretty rough, but yeah, she was right, cause the Orwell's thing was related to the same thing, and this guy named Morpheus, when I met him, he was teaching me all this basic stuff y'all know now, was it the Federal Reserve is not federal, all this basic stuff. I learned that back in '05, Earth kind of reset in 2007. Well, that's a whole nother story, but just all the stuff I was going against. That's what the Matrix movie is about. Morpheus is actually like a what was that shit called? It's not like a voodoo thing. What is it called? A shaman. It's the person that heals you. It's the opposite of voodoo. It's like this person that's supposed to heal you and stuff. That's why he had that name Morpheus before the movie even came out. I met him before the movie came out. So, I mean, before I realized this connection between the movie and reality, because I'm not sure. I think it maybe came before I met him. I met him honestly in around 2005 or 4 or something like that, right after I graduated. But yeah, so Orwell's 84 had to do with this comet coming by, and it's the same one that when Jesus here is. So, like I said, it will show you things I'm gonna do before I do it. So heaven will declare it, and things will start to manifest. Just like with Jesus, like I said, just like with Moses, just like all these other people, they'll see heaven start to change around. It's all these things I keep doing and heaven changes around it and stuff like that. So right here, what you're getting is, I'm gonna show you in a second, that more proof, than what I'm showing you right here, and what I showed you in here is quite graphic. Some of the stuff, in case you ain't seen it, let me go back here. Yeah. Now right here, it's this star falling. I'm gonna show you. I basically realized that looking at the video over and over again, I was like, hold on, once again today, this is one of those things ahead of time. It's basically with the solar flares, how all 4 of them ended up coming at the same time, forever 4, remember? And the 4 spirits of God and all the stuff I've already explained, right? So they're really one. So it's this big combined escalation of power. That's really this upgrade, I'll tell you I'm doing these upgrades. Watch, I'll show you. But this is really Satan falling right here. One of the commands I made that was a part of this whole shebang, as I was telling you, when I make these upgrades, I kind of upgrade old commands, and it takes me a few days or whatnot. Sometimes I can get it done pretty fast, but usually I try and do it over a few days, too much in one day. Look at it, it looks like fall right in the abyss, And this is right before it, On the 28th, all this stuff really happened, but the 27th was involved as well, because it started on the 27th, technically. And it's really more than 5, it's 7. You're 7 times, that's 7, you see in 2 right there, but look at all the reds. There's 7 of them. You see? There's those 2 at the beginning, there's 4 down there, you see? 2 right next to each other, right next to the play button. And then there's 3 off to the side of those. Look, see that one right in the middle that the play button was hiding? Yeah, it was 7 of them. 7 times 7. I keep telling you watch these 7s, right? See the 7 right there? 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Yeah, 50. And I look at the time and the clock. I was like, the birds started singing it ahead of time. And I started shaking up stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there. But I remember, like, it started like on the 27th, like 28. I'm gonna show you the actual like commands and stuff. So part of this Utopia command. And yeah, they like to create like these fake helicopters, so that's why I call it helicopters. They like to do this noise pollution. Especially like the Gang Stalker thing, like the Homeland Security thing, naming their own people as terrorists to be able to stalk them. That's what Gang Stalker is about. Even the AI knows about it. The ACLU did a study on it. And so, yeah, flawless Utopia. When did I do that? The 27th, you see. I do this and I make a little description about it. It's usually pretty short. And then I bounded Satan around the 30th, at least. It might have been a little later now. I'm pretty sure it was the 30th. But remember that whole thing, that from the 27th to the 31, you know, not the 31, but the 1st of December, which is right after the 30th right here, you see. I predicted that too. That's when the big impact came with all those flares and all that stuff, and then another flare shot off because of that. And then I just did it again. I'm pretty sure, like, because I did 4D on the 3rd day, 3 to 4. You see, 3 is really 4 for me. You know, like I'm on a whole nother scale. Like I'm taking things to the 4D now. Like 4 dimensions, like just more detail, more power, and it's like I didn't even realize until I watched this one guy talking about the story that's based around me that I didn't even know it was based around me until later. There's a lot of this crazy shit. It's like the Doomslayer guy. Godzilla's kind of related to me too, because that's what the beginning of time looked like. This comet looked like it had a tail. It looked like Godzilla's back. That shit was crazy. Here's your proof and stuff. And then I went for corruption, all different universes. They really didn't like that. So that's why I went with all this anti-attack. You see, on the 30th, all this, most of the anti-stuff like binding Satan. Because at first I just wanted to get rid of the corruption, the political corruption, and all timelines. That's why I was like, you guys need to you might want to ask me about the stuff that I'm not showing you, that I'm doing, you know. That's why, like, I didn't want to tell you, because the real big boss where I'm at now, I kind of wait. I used to just show you things right away, like just to try and get your attention and tell you ahead of time. But now it's like kind of like a dogfight. It got like a little dogfighty. So like, it still is really, like, you never know. So I try not to like say too much. I try to just like do it and then like talk about it afterwards, like I'm doing right now. But anyways, there's your proof. And that's why I was talking about the one you need to watch at as like crossing all timelines. It's political corruption, because that's the one that spans everything. It goes into politics. It goes into our police force. It goes into everything. How they corrupt other countries that are poorer, everything. Our finances, everything. Political. That's what they call it. So I try to sum it up and all this stuff. Anyway, so, you know, out of bullshit, man. That's why when you saw it on my Twitter, I'll show you that again. You see, like, I'm telling you, I'm a little ahead. So, like, you see his tweet, now I'm going to show you. I'm a little ahead of UTC. I'm on the East Coast, so the UTC is a little ahead of me. I don't remember. I might even talked about it ahead of time, but the other thing that happens is a lot of those you saw, a lot of them on the 30th. If I make a copy of something, it ends up on the 30th. Because it's like, if it's got the similar kind of construct on this structure, on this description, it'll end up like that. Because I'm copying it and then like changing one word, you know, to describe it. Just to keep it simple. There's a lot more to it, like, you know, this kind of stuff, and you should check it out. Like, it just reminds me of like every Neo Bow kind of thing, you know. Just gotta really look at it. I don't really enjoy this kind of stuff, but I think that's really just the devil. When he got sealed, he just started going crazy, shaking stuff up, man, because all these demons are sealed deep in the water or under the earth. deep, deep down there. I'm telling you, like the Earth is deep. Like even though the heaven and all that is a concave Earth, the Earth is deep below us, really deep. Remember the sharp sickles in the Bible? It's so amazing how God does this for me. It's like some kind of higher tech version of it too. It almost looks like a beam with a head, kind of tilted. It's just crazy shit, man. Anyways, you need to check it out. I don't want to make this too long. Just pretty much explain this stuff and give you the proof furthermore. And remember the hour, you see? This is the newest one. This is some more stuff like on the first. Remember how it's all connected? The other ones were arriving on Earth, and this is just like boom, another wave. You know, like it's all interconnected. And they were all like the first four were all interconnected. You got even more now. Like that's in a whole nother video. Like this one right here. When I first talked about blessing it, I knew it was gonna be more because it always snowballs. Like 3 levels of holy. Remember the infinite scaling, infinite anything, you know, whatever I command to be ASA, you know, you can't put me in a box. You know, I am what I am who I am that I am. You know, it's like whatever God commands it to be, you know, whatever I want it to be. That's why I have these angels, you know, these are all like commands and stuff, really powerful commands that God's given me the ability to do. You see, there's a whole nother little infinity and stuff. This is what I wanted to show you. That's all. When I first basically started to talk about this. And it just kept scaling up. The person be like, okay, we want to know this.
Oh well, space-time.
It has a reality warping power.
Me, people, planets, particles. We're the actors. We hit our marks and we say our lines, and we're embedded in this fabric created by the unification of space and time into a common whole. And so when we say something like this black hole is dragging space-time around it, what we mean is that if you were to approach this black hole, if you were to fall towards it, and you were to let go, no rockets, no propulsion, just freely fall, then reality itself would be dragging around this black hole, and it would take you with it, and it would force you into an orbit around the black hole, whether you liked it or not.
It begins how it ends, remember? 24 forever 4, remember? 2 witnesses, 4 spirits of God, 7 spirits.